Y'all, trusting my intuition literally saved my life. In this video today, I'll be sharing with you exactly how, and you'll see raw footage of me sharing with a group of 6,000 women this very story. So stay to the end to find out how you or someone you know could benefit from what I'm about to share. All right, see you on the inside. Take a breath with me. Take a breath with me, y'all. Let's clear this space. Thank you, Source, for this moment. Thank you for bringing us to this moment. I declare that the messages that come through are divine, right on time, and that they will reach the ears of those who need it now. I surrender my all. I lay it all down, and I open myself up to receive. Thank you. It is done. It is done. Hey, look, feminine frequency, ladies, fighter jet family. Today I am presenting on trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. I was invited here by Jessica Hadari. Thank you, Jessica, for having such a space. And when I decided to sign up to speak, we had to have the title of what we were speaking on, and I had no idea what I was speaking on. But my intuition said, trust your intuition. So I titled it, Trust Your Intuition. Later came back and realized that that is what I need to be presenting on, is my journey of trusting my intuition from into dark night of the soul, from dark night of the soul, and to standing in the light as the light. So today, that is what we're presenting on. Let me go ahead and get it together. All right, so look, we're going to talk about how it was before my spiritual awakening. We're going to talk about what happened, what it's like now, and what my purpose is. Okay? And then that's going to be it. So, how it was before. Now, we already breathed. We already got ourselves together. Everybody that knows me knows that I don't do anything in 30 minutes, but we about to get this thing together. Here we go. All right, I got my notes right here, so forgive me for looking at my notes, but hey, this is what I got to do. All right, so look, y'all. How was it before? So beforehand, before it all began, before the journey actually began, I was a traditional Southern Baptist Christian girl from Virginia. And I was a pillar of hope and faith for my friends and family, for my community. People came to me for help, assistance, and guidance. And I was that pillar of faith. It was so easy for me to have faith because I lived by the motto that if it did not line up with the word, if it did not, line up with the word, then it's the devil. It's the devil. So it was easy for me to not understand things. It was easy for me to lean not into my own understanding and in all thy ways acknowledge him and he will direct my path. That was how I did it. That it didn't matter what didn't make sense. Whenever I had doubts, whenever something came up that just didn't resonate with my soul, I said that is the devil. And that worked for years until it didn't. So what happened? What happened was one day I could no longer say to myself, to the doubts, to questions that I had, I could no longer say to myself, oh, it's just the devil trying to pull you away from your faith. It's just the devil. It no longer worked. I felt scared. I felt lonely. I felt scared because this was my salvation. I didn't ask for this. I did not try to go and find something else. I was completely satisfied with my religion, with my faith, with my relationship with Jesus and the church. I was completely satisfied. I wasn't looking for anything. I felt like I had everything. I had so much of everything that others were coming to me for some things. And I was perfectly fine with that position. And then all of a sudden, my faith was shaken, not by a particular incident. It just didn't work anymore. And so I was afraid because here I am questioning my religion. And in my religion, well, my religion then as a Southern Baptist Christian is that if you don't believe that Jesus died for your sins and you don't accept him as your, then you will go to hell. Connection issues. You won't be saved. And that meant going to hell. And so here I am questioning whether or not Jesus is to me what I thought he was to me, questioning whether or not all my beliefs were ripped out from under me, y'all, without me asking for it. It was the scariest time of my life because that was the first time ever that I feared for my life for real. I feared salvation. I feared it. I feared for it. And I tried to make myself believe the way I had been doing it, and it just wasn't working. So I couldn't keep lying to myself. And I knew that the God that created all things, that's the one thing I didn't question. I knew that there was a creator, but the rest of everything else became, I don't know, right? And so I had to surrender. It put me in a place where I was afraid for my life for the first time, but yet I couldn't go and ask for help. I couldn't go ask for help because if I went to the church or went to all of my Christian friends, that they were going to tell me I was lost, it was the devil, and they were going to try to pull me back in. I knew that if I went around to other people's and other people's religions and told them what I was going through, that they would say, ooh, she's lost. Let's pull her into what we believe. I knew that wasn't going to work. So I was boxed into having to do what my religion told me I couldn't do, which was bypass Jesus and go directly to God. So I had to, though. I apologized to Jesus. I felt so bad. I felt blasphemous. I felt like I was betraying him. You had been my friend all this time, and now all of a sudden, out the blue, I don't know. But I surrendered it all because there was nothing else for me to do. I got on my knees and prayed a prayer to the Most High that I have never prayed before, asking to be guided, asking to be led into the truth, bearing it all out. You already know where I stand. You know I didn't ask for this. I don't know what's happening, but you know I tried to keep faking the funk and it's not working. I need you. And you told me in my soul that you would never leave me. You would never forsake me. That I believe. So I'm asking for your guidance. And I know that you have faith, have mercy. I know that you love me. And if you love me, then you'll understand where I'm coming from and you'll have mercy on me. Please show me the way. And I had to leave it at that. Y'all. And what that challenged me to do through that process, that night on my knees, I had to get up from my knees and show up the next day to work, to school, to my parents, to my everything. And I had to figure out how to keep living. And the only thing that kept me, the loneliness and that darkness, that coldness that I felt, the only thing that kept me alive was the fact that I didn't know if I was going to go to hell if I killed myself. I needed to know. But it was that lonely and that dark. And it wasn't funny at all. It challenged me to own my truth. It challenged me to speak it, to stand in it. I was afraid of what others were going to think of me. I was afraid of what others would say. I was afraid they would call me a heathen, that they would condemn me to hell, that they would tell me how I'm going to hell, and then try to make me explain my way, explain why I am what I am, convince them why. And I was afraid of that, afraid of the judgment. So being in this predicament challenged me to let go of being like and to let go of being accepted, to accept the fact that I'm going to be judged either way, no matter how you fold it. You're being judged all the time. And it caused me to have to lean into that and accept that. It challenged me. It challenged me to level the playing field, because what I found out during this process is that nobody has all the answers, that all of us have a puzzle piece. And that's why we are supposed to not judge each other. That's why we're supposed to support each other. That's why we're supposed to speak to each other. That's why we're supposed to just communicate, right? Hold a space for one another. Instead of judging one another, we take our puzzle pieces, we come together, and we share in the spirit of love, in the spirit of accepting, in the spirit of learning. And it's when we do that that our soul actually receives upgrades and growth. And we do that together. See, what I understood then and what I understand now is that the source that created us all works in us and works through us. That's how it works. That's why we are connected the way we are. Now, it challenged me to learn myself and to learn the creator, because I had the creator in a box. I had reduced the creator down to a sex, a name, a personality. I had him in a box. I had given spirit a set of rules that I needed spirit to follow in order for me to understand spirit. And spirit couldn't get up out that box. I had to let go of the rules, all of the rules, and face me, face myself, face my reality. And it was scary. I had to face who I really was. And it challenged me to trust my intuition. Because again, y'all, I was left with nothing. I was left with nothing. None of my beliefs, everything was stripped out from under me. All I had was my inner guidance. All I had was that prayer that I prayed to the creator, asking for mercy, asking for the creator to understand where I'm coming from and to please lead me and guide me. But how is the creator supposed to do that without your inner guidance? So now, of course, it is so many so many things I want to really share. But you're going to have to get the book whenever the book come out, okay? So for the sake of this presentation, I want to share with you what it's like now, okay? And so what it's like now is that my spiritual gifts have opened up. My spiritual gifts have deepened. What I found out was that I'm a channeler. I'm a channeler of healing code activations. I found out that I can read dreams, that I can interpret dreams. I receive visions. I can read pictures and extract messages from spirit through pictures. That can happen through oracle cards, tarot. It can happen through situations. Spirit talks to me in spirit in pictures, right? So I found that my spiritual gifts have awakened and deepened in this process. What else is it like now? Oh, the messages that I receive. The messages I receive, they transcend religion. Yes, it was my relationship with the divine through my religion that brought me to this place. However, it was that, oh, sorry, hold up. It was that brought me to this place. But now that I'm here, the messages that I receive lift me up. They shift my perspective. It's things that I didn't know, right? Things that I download. I call it downloading. So that's another gift that I receive. And those are the healing codes that activate healing in other people. And it transcends religion. It addresses humankind as a whole and rather focuses on the work that a soul has to do in the earth realm. And I do want to make it clear, y'all, that I'm not against religion. Not against Christianity or any other religion, because I understand that it all serves a purpose, that every path is purposeful. So nowadays, I'm no longer as judgmental. And I say as judgmental because we all judge things. And there's always room to grow and get better. So I'm not as judgmental as I used to be, because I understand that every path is purposeful, because I understand that the divine has not forgotten about any of us. And that is, yes, it is up to us to open ourselves up to receive the guidance, but we are not ever lost or not ever forgotten, right? And so every single path has been taken into account. It is all divine. And because I understand and believe that, then it allows me to be more accepting, more loving, to live a more humble life, to know that I don't know all the answers. And I probably will never, ever, not probably, I won't ever know all the answers, because again, I am a puzzle piece. You are a puzzle piece. And so Spirit is challenging us to be more humble, to live that life of love, which is of acceptance, right? So that's where I am today. So again, I'm not against religion because it serves a purpose. It helped to bring me here. But what I am against is fearing and forcing people into believing what you think they should believe. That's what we shouldn't be doing, because that's pulling you away from your inner guidance. And your inner guidance is the only way that you know that what's happening to you is aligned. Now, you see, my purpose, after all of that work, after all the work that I'm continuously doing, I have a business. But my business is my life, and my life is my business. I'd be doing the business without the business, because I've been doing the business without the business, right? I'm living my purpose. I've always been somebody to help. I've always been somebody to encourage, but I'm living my purpose now. And right now, specifically with the business, what I've honed in on is what has helped to save my life. Trusting your intuition. That's something that you can't get outside of you. You can't get it in a book. You can't get it from a leader. They can help you. They can encourage you. They can speak life to you like what I'm doing right now. But it's how you know is whether or not it feels right. Whether it feels right to you. And so through my journey, because everything else was stripped away from me, all I had was my inner guidance. All I had was my intuition. And it was through that I gathered or was taken through a process that I now call behind the mask. Behind the mask is a process that was developed I was taken through it over the course of my journey, and it just kind of fell together, where Spirit allowed me to see, envision the big picture. Now, see, let me tell you about behind the mask real quick. So behind the masks are our labels, it's our titles, it's our roles, it's our expectations, it's our boundaries, right? All of these things create our boundaries. Ooh, I'm on time, y'all. All of these things create our boundaries, right? Now, mind you, these masks, these labels, these titles, these expectations, many of them were passed down to you, given to you at birth. Given to you at birth. So your religion, your race, your culture, your financial status, these are all roles, titles, boundaries that were handed to you at birth that you had no choice about. You had no choice. And then guess what? As we began to be steeped in it, like tea bags, you steep it, you let it sit, and you let it marinate, and you let it soak up the environment. So as you were steeped in these rules, regulations, and titles and expectations, as you were steeped in that, then you became rooted in it. And after being rooted in it, then you found your identity in it. You found your identity in these things. And then as you grew up, you volunteered to pick up more titles. And these titles that you picked up were to keep you in alignment with the titles and the expectations and the rules that you had already adopted that were given to you when you entered this earth realm. And so you volunteered for more, like wife. I gotta be a wife. I'm not good enough if I'm not a wife. And what type of wife am I? What type of husband am I? What type of family do I want? What type of job or what kind of money should I make? What should I be doing for that money? And all of that is guided or put in the boundaries that we got when we had no choice in the matter. These are the masks. These are the masks that Spirit challenged me to take down. These are the masks that were ripped away from me without me asking. The day that I questioned my religion and all of the beliefs that came with it. The day that I went through the dark night of the soul, the period that I went through the dark night of the soul, everything was stripped away from me and I had no choice but to go to my inner guidance. I had no choice but to trust my intuition. And see, what we find out is that our worthiness is wrapped up in those titles. In how well do we fulfill the expectations and the limitations and the boundaries? How well do we stay within those boundaries and fulfill those expectations? And if we can do that, then now we're a good mom. We're a good wife. We're a good business owner. We're a good churchgoer. Whatever the labels are, you judge yourself based on that, and your worthiness is found in that. And what Source is saying is that is a lie. You're afraid. You're afraid to face your truth. You don't even know what it is. You have no idea what it is because the boundaries and labels that you have are louder than the inner guidance that is always there, flowing to you, always there. So you're never separate from that because you are never and can never be separate from the source which created you. You are an expression of the source that created you. Therefore, you are a source. But you're not the fullness of source. You're the puzzle piece of it. You're the fractal of it. So therefore, you can't be disconnected. But we feel that disconnection. We feel that loneliness. We feel lost and confused because we are letting the boundaries and the labels speak so loudly that we can't hear our inner guidance. The God that speaks to us and through us. Y'all, whew, what I got? 7 minutes? Look. That right there, I didn't know why. I didn't know. I had no idea that this is what I was going to have to do. Because I would have loved to join this community and just tell y'all all about this, how I'm going to do it, this what I'm going to do, and demonstrate for you my services so I can get clients, right? But Source said no. Source said, trust your intuition, baby, and share your journey. So that's what I've done. I've bared it all, and I have an offer for you. What I'm asking of you, what I'm offering, well, no, more so is what I'm asking. This is what I need. This is what I need. What I'm asking for you is to take a look at my YouTube channel, because that is where I receive and give out the healing code activations or the messages from Spirit. So I'd love for you to join in on that conversation. Okay. YouTube.com//@April Jett, Jett, April Jett, Jett. YouTube. The name of the channel is Behind the Mask They Told You to Wear. I wonder why I named it that. Okay. So to send an email to info @apriljett.com. If you want more information on the Behind the Mask Radical Self-Exploration Project, if you want more information about that, it's not running right now, halted. So if you're interested, then let me know that you're interested. And then you'll get a discount when I do decide to launch it, because I'm revamping some things and it's wonderful. I'm revamping some things. Spirit has me revisiting it. So when I relaunch it, then because you came from here, the Feminine Frequency Global Leaders Group, make sure you let me know in the email that this is where you saw me, and you'll get a discount if you decide to sign up when I do it. All right. And then the last thing is interviews. I am starting a Behind the Mask podcast. And so on the podcast. Let me see how much time I got. I got 4 minutes. I'm on. I'm doing good. All right, so the Behind the Mask podcast is a podcast that I'm going to interview individuals who have had spiritual awakenings. That's it. That's simple. I want to know, how was it before? What happened? Ooh, give us the tea. And then where are you now? Because again, we are puzzle pieces and I'm interested. All I know is my own journey. Right? I'm interested in knowing about other people's. What can I learn from you? And what can you learn from me? All right. And when we get together, when two or more come together, the spirit flows so freely. You create a different frequency when you combine your frequency with the frequency of another. And if you do it with the same intentions, miracles happen. So if you are interested and would like to contribute to a community, to a platform that is, helping individuals to not feel alone, especially when they are transitioning, spiritually, when they're having a spiritual transition, or if they are in the closet, the spiritual closet, and having a difficult time coming out of the closet for fear of being ostracized, or because I felt that, for fear of people not understanding you, not getting you, and now you're alone. Because all my friends, all my family, Christian. And it's not that I don't resonate with that. It's just that I'm not Christian the way that you are Christian. Whatever titles you want to give me, that's on you. But I had to let them go in my dark night of the soul. And that's pretty much it. So look, y'all, if you're interested in any of those things, just contact me, info@apriljett.com. Okay. That's my website, apriljett.com. So you can go there and get a little bit more about what's going on. That is being revamped. So please excuse the mess. But that's it. That's the presentation. I thank you so much, Source, God, creator of all things. I thank you for those that have attended and those that will attend. I declare and I decree that these messages will touch the souls of those that need it and give them the nourishment that their soul is asking for. I declare that these seeds will be planted and that you will do what you do with those seeds. I have done my job and I release it. All judgment, all fear, I let it go. Woo! All right, y'all. So I hope let's see. I got 2 more minutes. So with these 2 minutes, I just want to reiterate. 1, I love you. Thank you for being here. Please share the message, fast forward to the parts that you want to fast forward to if you have to, but share it. Okay. Visit the YouTube, please. I'm a very young YouTuber. I only got a couple of subscribers. Visit, subscribe if it resonates with you. And remember, info@apriljett.com. And if all else fails and you don't remember, because I am going to update the live with the information. If all else fails and you don't remember, you can reach me right here. Contact me right here. I'm also on Instagram. It's not hard to find me. Okay. Look, y'all. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, everyone who attended. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, husband. I see y'all there. Thank you, Tate. Thank you. Hey, Fighter Jet family. Look, if you would like to contribute to this community with your story of spiritual awakening, dark night of the soul, just your spiritual evolution, and you want to contribute to this community, make sure to contact me at info@apriljett.com, JETT, info@apriljett.com, and just title it podcast. All right. Look, I'm looking forward to talking to you and seeing you soon. Bye.